Look at these units. So, well guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms. And today, 2 days after we finish this field and this video, card right here. Basically, this bean field is done. The last bean field we have south of the farm is right there. We got rain yesterday, roughly 2/10. So it's not gonna go this morning, but I'm gonna go out there and just see how well it's drying. Sun's out, it's colder. It's actually about 50 degrees. It really dropped off. I'm gonna be wearing sweatshirts probably the rest of the year. But let's go check some beans. I was just going to check some GoPros too. Isn't this a pretty sight? Still quite a bit of dew on my shoes, so yeah, it's gonna be afternoon at minimum. Shh. Trying to vlog here. Dang cows. So these are the last beans we planted of Enlist. These are Enlist group soybeans. For those of you guys who don't know, there are two groups of beans out there, Enlist and Extend Flex, that are the most popular. We choose to do a little bit of both. I don't know why. I wish we would just choose one. Deer must have bedded down in here. Because you can spray Enlist and kill your, you can spray an approved chemical herbicide on a certain type of bean and kill it. Yeah, that's not good. So let's go ahead and check some of these pods. Oh yeah, they're pretty tough. They're pretty tough. And pretty moist. Yep, it's gonna be the afternoon for sure. But that's okay, because we're gonna go chop some earlage. So let's head back to the farm. Looks like we are chopping. I see tractor wagon, I see wagon, no clue. I don't see chopper. Oh, there's chopper. There is our chopper, I should say. Gonna have a big afternoon. Getting the wagon all swapped around. This is how we unload out the front. It's just a drive you switch. Good enough. Basically now this will just spin. Now the other one will spin, it'll actually catch. This one used to spin and grab this gearbox, but now it won't. So, yeah. Unloading. All it is just a conveyor. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start filling this pit today. And then Curtis will be here with the blade to push it up. Oh man, today is the day we are going to start on our earlage. So we got our big black blade, the Triple B, on our Magnum 340. So you're going to see some pushing action. I'm going to give, I think Nathan's going to be running it today. I'm going to give Nathan a camera. I'm also going to set up a camera on time lapse. Now it's a little colder, so the camera is going to run dead. Hopefully not too often, but it's going to run often. So we are going to have some little kinks in the time lapse, but I'll do my best to keep it running. I got a couple spare batteries with me. You just buy a battery pack for it. That's what I need to do. And here's our AGI Sure Track system working on our farm. So the fan is on auto mode, but you can kind of hear it's running. So we are drying corn right now. I basically have roughly 16.5% corn in here, and we dried it down, and we're basically just going to let it dry down to 14.5. That's our goal. We want to sell a lot of our grain at 14.5. Gives us some buffer, because you got to sell it at 15 or below. Anything above 15.1, we get docked. So we dried it at 16.5 to test the system. We could crank it through our dryer quicker and then dry it down the rest of the couple points. Here we go. Go time. Sweet. Go push some silage, or earlage I should say. This is all going to be changed here soon. So all we're doing is we're filling up our pit. May have bit off more than he can chew. He's kind of coming up an embankment. That's what we're going to do. Just going to push this to the front or to the rear. Almost wish we had extensions, but it'll work. So it's kind of nice. Before we always just used our loader and stuck a bale in the back, so it really wasn't that great. But now we're gonna actually have a blade, a tractor with plenty of weight, it's gonna work out slick. So I'm gonna set up a time lapse. We're gonna go chop. Now I better get going so they're not waiting on me. This is gonna be my steed for the day. It's a Sterling chopper truck. It's basically a Sterling chassis, 10-speed, 9-speed manual with a MAILBOX RTX 220 box on there. It's just basically the same thing we got on wagons, just a little bit newer. Mounted on a truck though, so it's much quicker, more efficient, but just doesn't float as well through the field. Let's go. It's go time. Chopping can create a lot of compaction because it's a lot more trips across the field compared to combining corn. You know, when you're combining corn, you might make it all the way down and fill up your grain cart a quarter of the way or whatever it is. Chopping, you have 20 tons of material, you know, every pass. Plus you get the chopper, so I mean it's a lot of trips back and forth. So we try to limit our compaction on the fields and basically stay in the same path as much as we can. So I'm gonna be, basically we can make an entire pass and fill the box. So I'm gonna drive down and I'll always be filling coming back. This is what we're gonna be doing. Creating our cow feed. So in our ration, the 3 main ingredients are corn, silage, and earlage. This year we're gonna have cracked high moisture corn instead of corn right out of the bins. That'll be about 20% of our ration. Then roughly 30% is going to be silage, which is basically chopping the entire plant while it's still green, chopping up the little itty bitty bits. And then the other 30% is going to be earlage, which what we're doing now is basically taking a corn head, so only taking the corn itself, the grain, the husk, the ears, and what other material comes in via corn head, chopping that up and putting it in a bunker. So, you know, in silage you can get, typically we can fill our bunkers in 50 acres, earlage about 150 acres, high moisture corn, we're going to fill that bunker in probably, I don't know, 75 acres, something like that. So it's, and that bunker is smaller, probably 100 acres, but. So yeah, that is what we're gonna be doing today. It's my turn. It's too dusty so I have the window closed, but we're rolling. This truck used to have cruise control, which was really nice because I could basically just set an engine RPM and it could stick there, but now this one doesn't. I mean, it's an older truck, so that is what it is. I'm just gonna have my ankle tired by the end of the day. Things we do for farming, you know, ankle soreness is real. Basically what I'm chopping along is try to keep the same spot, follow the same row, and keep the same speed right around 1300 RPM. It's roughly 3 mile an hour-ish. Can I just barely see through that hole in the plywood? We're filling it. So you know it's getting a little too dry when it's this dusty. Ideally you want to do this when it's like 25 to 30%. Well, some spots are 26, 27, other spots are 21, 22, so just is what it is.
Got ourselves a rookie truck driver today, Ronald. He was pulling in here on his first go. Back rin's a little easier. Just kind of got to watch it. And I guess he's going to back all the way in there.
There she is. She's in there. Sweet. Just making sure she's shut. There he is pushing. He's just trying to make a ramp up to the top, because eventually the tractor will start basically going up top and driving it down and dumping. But I'm just always going to dump down below because I can't climb up or go down a pile. This corn's gonna get knocked out today. Try to get 30 times 8, so 240 rows out, so that's 10 planter passes. Because Pat wants to get 30 loads from down here and then finish off the rest from his place down south. So right there you can kind of see we're in some nice greener stuff, a lot less dust. And that's good. That's about where you want. I bet that's that 27% stuff. And the good thing about this is I can get back here with plenty of time to get 2-3 minutes of editing in before Pat gets down to this end and goes and gets me. Well, that's 2-3 minutes for me, like 10 seconds for you. Back rolling. Now we're just gonna be doing this for a lot of the day, making cow chow. Yeah, you guys remember this big thing, this behemoth? Dumped that at the farm, at my farm yesterday, or 2 days ago. That's load number 4 in there. Going good. 4 loads down, a lot more to go, probably 50 more to go-ish, 40 to 50. But it's lunchtime, let's go eat. Delightful lunch. Now we're gonna get back to it. So we can't have nice things. This guy, this fault. I'm gonna walk back, go set the time lapse back off. I shut it off when we went to lunch. Nathan's just moving some dirt for me. He's just kind of putting some dirt right off the cement so I don't have to cut that corner so hard when I back in there. Yeah guys, it was pretty neat when we got this silo knocked down. That is for sure. I don't have the clips for it yet, but I'm hoping next video I'll have the clips all put together. We'll make that the title of the video, because like I said, this cement silo's been up. Grandpa put it up, I'm pretty sure. It's been up for a very long time. So that'll be pretty neat to show you guys. Just filling in this rut. This thing's pretty slick. We like it. She's a beast. So this cattle yard's gonna be completely different. We had a shed here for the longest time. Well, that shed's ran its course and we knocked her down. We're actually, because we put this 3rd pit and we have plans for the south there, we're actually just gonna level all this off and cement it. It's kind of the goal. And hopefully that'll be done this fall yet. And this is what the beast is doing. I dubbed she the big black beast. The Triple B, all she's doing is just kind of taking it from either out there so the wagon can dump, or I can back in a little ways and just pushing it up. Eventually we'll make a ramp and then the wagon can drive down and I'll be able to basically just dump it out in the front. They're rolling. So we can do roughly 6 loads an hour on that. So basically it's roughly a half mile pass. Pat can do 3 mile an hour, so you can do essentially 1, 2, 3 miles. So you can roughly do 3 miles an hour, 3 passes or 3 rounds in an hour, and each round is a load, so 6 loads an hour. So therefore, it takes about 80 loads to fill that bunker. We're gonna do 25 loads on the bag we're gonna do. So roughly 100 loads. It's gonna take us, you know, say we do 5 an hour, it's gonna take us 20 hours to do, so probably 3 days. Let's go. Rolling now. Got a well-oiled machine going. Load 3, there's my Uncle Larry. Weed whacking away because he's a saint. So load 3 in the pits, load 6 total, 7. Yeah, load 7 total. 8 sitting right there. Man, you know we're in some decent corn where we can barely make a full pass on this piece with that wagon. I mean, that's how you know we're in some decent corn, which is surprising given the year. Rolling, so how do I activate the PTO? I'll put my clutch in, there's a little air lever down here. It activates the PTO, and then it's just all the switch box. So I have rear end load, front end load. And then after I dump about half it out, I have to pull ahead. And then the throttle just increases the hydraulic pump. Oh yeah, that's just fun. That's just fun. Just checking on the time lapse. Still running. So he's just pushing it back, trying to get all this silage or this earlage back to the rear, and simultaneously packing it down so we can fit more in. Because when you're filling a pit silo like this, compaction is your friend. The more you compress the material down, the more you can fit in there. Well, the more tons per square foot you got. Man, this is some good corn. He can't even make it. Hot dang. Very good corn. The hawks are on. Oh, yep. Let's take a look at that time lapse so far. We'll put it down here while I'm kind of chatting a little. Wow, it's muddy. And as I was saying before, this used to be a building. We're going to level it all off and concrete basically here all the way over and there, because we got plans to eventually maybe put a commodity shed up. We're not sure. As far as the cattle yard, we're probably going to do some revamping of this barn or tear this barn down at some point just to kind of give the cattle a shelter again. But we are going to be using this cattle shed next year. Anyway, hope you enjoyed my rambling and the time lapse. And I'm going to apologize right now if that angle is off just a little bit. It very well could be. Well, we're making headway. I forget where we're at. I'm on load 10, or this is load 10 in there. 9, I think, and 10's in that wagon there. This is load 4 for me. Woo! Touchdown Hawks. Boil it down. Now we're going to move over and just work on this piece. We'll work on breaking the land over there next time. Now we're just working on these 48 rows left. Then we'll kind of start making our way north. So the nice thing about this truck is I can be in and out and dumped very quickly. I'm just very nimble. I'm not on a wagon, especially a wagon steer of a wagon instead of a trailer. So it's a pretty nimble thing to have. We're glad we have a truck. We wish you had 2 trucks and 3 wagons. That would be the ideal setup for us, but you know what? 1 truck and 3 wagons work well, because typically most of our jobs we bring 1 truck and 2 wagons to them. Just a lot of pressure on this guy to keep running, which the Sterling has done well. So you look in here, this stuff is a lot more green, a lot less dust coming out the back. And now we're getting into some drier stuff, but it's just really uneven. We're kind of surprised. I mean, this growing year was it was tough on it. Oop, there's the dust. Pat honked because I was driving too fast. Well, I don't have cruise, so I'm just trying to keep my RPMs at like 12, 1300. It's good to get this chopped. Hopefully we can get our earlets chopped and our wheat sown before we're supposed to get 3 to 4 inches of rain here Thursday, Friday. 16 rows left. I'll be the last one on the way down, and then I'm guessing he'll break through again. Basically unhook his wagon, tow it all the way through, and then Zyman will rehook on that end and bring it back. It's I guess, but I don't know. I don't know much these days. Grab me some water, some Vasa. It's a little hot in here, so there's no air. And with the corn dust blowing everywhere, I can't leave my windows open. So I'm cooking a little bit, so I took my jacket off. This one even works. Not very well. Somewhat. Guessing somebody hit it a couple years ago. I think I remember that happening. So Nathan's packing away, pushing and packing. Mark and I are hauling. Pat's chopping. Man, the line for the rest of them out here is ridiculously long. Those MAILBOXes are looking pretty nice. Hey, he's getting some full loads on him. A couple little wabbits running in through here. Seen 3 of them, but this is the last 8 rows, so they're going to be splitting here in the last 100 feet. As we start getting full, I start getting rained on because we got that little cutout there. It starts dumping out through that. We really should put chicken wire or something through that. I haven't seen those rabbits yet. There were 3 of them in here that I saw. 2 bigger ones and a smaller one. They could have busted out that far side. Definitely could have missed that. Oh, there's one. There's the little baby. You're running out of real estate, buddy. There's the big one. Go. You gotta make a run for it. Go. 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 There's 1, there's 2. Where'd the big one go? The big one must have split early. 3. There it is. 1, 2, and 3. No pheasants yet, but we're still early. Here you can kind of see it's gotten very dusty. I'm guessing we got into a different number of corn that's a lot drier. And I mean a lot drier. And that is dusty. That's just a fire hazard when it gets that dry. Remember, we had to chop all of our corn like that. Luckily, we're only going to do another 6 to 10 more loads, and we're going to go down to Pat's place. Come on, Patrick. We're waiting here. I think he's on the phone or something. Probably trying to figure out if he wants to keep chopping here or maybe go down to his place, I'm hoping. I don't know. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Little dusty, little dry. There's a reason we're just switching sides now, so he's going to come back on the next 8 rows. The reason for that is if we had the dust blowing towards the forage harvester, then it'll be getting in the engine, into the cooling package. You could be plugging stuff up, and that's when fires happen. So we're basically just going to harvest like this until we, you know, get enough out that we can throw in the pit, and then we'll move down to Pat's. That's like 25-28% corn. And I can't see anything on that side. Good thing I just got to drive straight. Keep my speed kind of straight, or kind of smooth. Okay, so I am going to go take the skid loader and that bucket. I got a little bit of gravel, and I'm going to put it on that driveway that I keep going up. It's just getting, I don't know, it's getting packed down and up. And ever since the county repaved it, you know, they added 1/2 inch to 1 inch of asphalt. Well, they didn't add any more gravel on the edge, so it's a pretty big lip, so I'm going to go fix that. I think that should be enough. Shouldn't need a whole lot. Looks pretty good. I'm pretty proud of that. That side's real smooth, and I just kind of used the rest of the rock I had on this side. Nothing to it. So it's handy having a skid loader around, that's for sure. So you can kind of see, so the county asphalted this last year, and it raises up the road about 1 inch. Well, they never came back in and graveled, which I appreciate them asphalting, but it makes a massive lip, so we're gonna have to spend gravel out of our own money to fix lips like that. Much smoother. Pretty proud of that handiwork, if I'm being honest. I'm not usually a craftsman with the dirt or rock or whatever you want to say. Patrick's waiting on me. We're gonna knock out some end rows. This stuff's a little bit greener. A lot of bit greener. There you can kind of see in there what that looks like. Pretty neat. Now I hate blindside because I can't see him and I'm just kind of guessing. Use my mirror. I have no idea what the heck we're gonna do here. Guess we're just gonna knock off end rows, or we're just gonna blow down to the east. But all I know is we're gonna run out of real estate fast. Okay, so this kind of makes sense. It's just gonna, I think we got 8 more rows to take out, and then we get to the long rows. So we're just gonna deadhead back and do them over. Plug the head. I think it just stalled. So Pat's gonna fix it. Had a bunch of corn, I had a row unit plug, and we had a bunch of corn kind of fall out, so just picked a lot of it up. Now we're gonna go. This is how we want to chop right here.
Entire coaching staff out there patting him on the helmet.
Touchdown iron.
Deserves that after the day he's had.
It's like Hawkeye's up by like 10 or 13. Not sure what Dr. Patrick's gonna do, but I'm guessing we have all the end rows off. I'm guessing he's just gonna try and pick a row and go that way. Oh man, this is tight. Well, there we are. Now we're making it down and opening up this piece. Need to get these trees cut down using our fancy schmancy saw. That'll be a job for this winter. Rolling. I think we got a couple bad tires because I'm bounce. It gets used more than we give it attention, that's for sure. We should give it a lot more attention. Sorry about that, guys. I let the GoPro battery die. I should have changed it out one time before. But while I'm walking up, let's watch that time lapse. So we're gonna go change this battery one more time. It's the last battery I got, but luckily I think this will be the this should be the last one I need. I think we're only gonna run for a couple more hours. I mean, shoot, it's already 5:30. Gets dark around 7 nowadays. I know we'll be putting this time lapse in all the way from start to finish here at the end, but pretty sweet. It's our first year with the blade, and it is making us much more efficient. Because like I said before, we always used to just kind of do it with a loader tractor and a bale in the back, and sometimes we even had to get a get the Steiger out, have 2 people on the pit. Now we can do it all with 1. And while I'm here, I might as well fill up this water tank. We only need to have that we only need to have this when it's really hot, but apparently these cows are thirsty, so let's give them some water. Yeah, I think these guys were very thirsty, because as soon as I turn it on, they are all crowding. We got 1 well over here, but ever since unforeseen circumstances, we don't have access to it, so that hydrant isn't working. Well, and doing the good deed for the cows made me late. Sorry. Thing's a beast. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're gonna stay in this greener stuff just because, like I said, we like to chop 25 to 30%. And why would we combine stuff that, or why would we chop stuff that's already dry enough that we could combine it real quick and nice and easy? It's crazy that this number was planted at the exact same time as, like, this field was all planted in a day, so pretty nuts how different they are. He's getting up there. He's probably about 3 feet away from the edge. I didn't hear this one slam, so I'm gonna make sure she clicked. She did. Perfect. Hawk's just one. Heck yeah. Boiler down.
Pretty sure we got 26 loads in this bunker now. Need about 100. So we got a ways to go. But we're gaining. We are gaining.
Deer. It's raining in the woods. We had some rows go a little sideways here because we have a water inlet, or tile inlet. This is usually a wet hole. Pat's got a wagon hooked up on top of onto Matt's cart, or more, sorry, Mark's cart, wagon, whatever the heck, and he's gonna open up a new piece. I'm guessing he's gonna hook on the other full wagon. Now what I think would be sweet is as he's chopping along, if he turns the spout over and shoots feed into the cows, see what they do. And Mark's hooking onto that wagon right there, I'm guessing. Basically, we just got end rows, and the only way to open up the end rows, like I could drive along here with our cattle yard. I could drive along there while he goes while he opens that up, but as soon as he goes that way, it's just easier to hook a wagon on. Breaking a land. Man, it's a beautiful sunset if we didn't have those trees of Deep Creek blocking it. And he broke through, he made it, so he's gonna drop his wagon right there. He just dropped it. He's got a little hydraulic stick he can do it on. I'm not sure exactly where we're gonna go, but yeah, his hitch has a little hydraulic cylinder on there that can open and close so we can drop wagons on a dime. But starting to get dark out, we'll probably do a couple more loads and that'll be about it for up here. Then we'll move south to chop. Pat loses the light game. So Pat's saying he has no power. He's wondering if his fuel filters or air filters are clogged or something. But yeah, he said he's being really doggy. And hey, look, those two have their lights on, so I win the light game. Actually, I still have to play with Nathan, but yeah, he's definitely got something wrong. He's I'm only in first gear and going 1,000 RPM, where this morning I was in first gear going 1,400. So he's dropped, I don't know, half his speed, a little less. So we'll have to look at that in the morning, but at least it's gonna be a pretty good day. We'll get about 30 loads in. I think this is load 28. She's getting dark. What a beautiful sunset that it was. And there we are back going. So Pat has all the end rows opened up on this field, minus a little bit on the other side of the cattle yard. And I think we're just gonna keep running for a little bit longer. His chopper's slowing down, so I'm not sure what the deal is. We'll look at that in the morning. Just about got her. I think we're gonna keep going. Don't ask me why, but I guess we're going all the way down here to the south, where we quit over here about 3-4 hours ago. I don't know. I do like this thing at night. It is pretty sweet. Might do the last load of the night, based on Mark unhooking his empty wagon and going and get the other one. We'll see though. And also by the educated guess, we're done because Pat is leaving the field. About 8 o'clock. Pretty good day. We got a good dent in that pit. About 34, 32 loads, something like that. Nathan's just packing it right now. And that's a wrap for tonight. Pretty good day of earlage right there. I think we got 30 loads done. We're about, I don't know, what would you say, third the way done? Not bad. Tomorrow we gotta have an even bigger tomorrow we gotta have an even bigger day because we're gonna be down south. It's not gonna be as efficient. Hopefully we can get 30 loads in. I doubt it because I think we're gonna shut down early and half of us will go out and see Grandma. We haven't seen her, and her big surgery is on Monday, so there's definitely a lot of risk there, guys. So I know this video is gonna come out way after the surgery's gone. So hopefully I have good news for you, but retroactively play, guys, because I'm a little nervous. She's 91, 92, something like that, and it's a pretty risky surgery. They gotta go. It's something with her heart valve, so it's gonna be interesting. Thoughts and prayers much appreciated. Pat's blowing off. Just cleaning things up, waiting for the pizza to come. So Nathan just blew out his air compressor. Pat blew out his filters, and putting stuff away for the night. Oh man, alrighty, we are gonna be packing up for the night. That was a fun day. Just got some Gino's Pizza, and you guys can't see me. So as you guys don't know, Gino's is a delicious pizza joint in Preston, Iowa. Go check them out. If you're ever in Eastern Iowa, worth a stop. Amazing pizza. But we just got done for the night. We were just talking about plans for tomorrow. So I think the guys are just gonna finish up beans, everything south of the farm, move back home, and probably call it quits early, like I said, to go visit Grandma, as I talked about before. So don't know if I'll be up or not. I wouldn't be opposed. I've been neglecting the wife, and family is important. Doesn't matter what job you're in, family is extremely important. So I might spend the day with the wife tomorrow. Real quick, guys, before we jump into that full season time lapse, I am going to be dropping a merch store link. So I know you guys have been asking for it. We are going to get some Hartung Family Farms merch, this limited time order. Basically, the store's going to be open for a little bit after this video, probably sometime in the next week. I'm going to open it up through Thanksgiving, roughly, and then orders will get to you by Christmas. So if you guys are interested, we're going to have hats, shirts, beanies, all sorts of things on there. So you guys are going to keep an eye out for it for sure. And thank you so much for watching. Let's get to that time lapse. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, take it easy, stay safe, and it's all for now.